Okay, I have some bad-ish news. Um, I looked back at my video from last time, and I realized that there was still a lot of things happening in the background. I switched my controller back to my white and black one because it could be the controller connection just not working properly. If it's not the connection, it's either my fan, and if that's not the case, then my console's getting too old for streaming, and it's starting to mess with my audio. I don't want to blame the console, but it is very, very old. I will say that this thing is probably 4 to 5 years old. It's very old for a console. So that might be the reason behind the slight glitching in the back. It's not that bad, but I know for a lot of people that type of glitching can get really annoying. So I hope this new controller works for this. Also, another thing, I can't exactly tell if it's happening even if I look at stream right now or not, because I can't fully pick up on it until after a stream is done. I have to upload it to YouTube, and then I have to check the YouTube video, or the VOD, I should say, and then I have to really turn up my volume to hear it. But you can still hear that static. And again, I know a lot of people have sensitivity issues with hearing. That type of stuff can be really, really bad. So I do want to fix that as soon as possible. Anyways, after this stream, I'll check how this controller does with this headset. It can't be the headset now. This is a brand new headset. This was an $100 headset, which you might not think is that much, but this thing is like one of the best. Or it should be one of the best. Honestly, it could just be the controller, and this one I might just have to buy a new controller. That's what I'm hoping. Anyways, load game. We were here. Alright, let's get started. Let's see. All the ingredients are stocked up, and the weather's keeping quiet. Looks like a good night to listen to some stories. Kiawa! My boys! They greet me on my first night. My boys! My boys! My boys! I'm changing the stream title, I'm sorry. My boys are here. My boys are here. I thought we were gonna start off with the agent today, but no. My boys! Okay, I'm sorry. Look at them! Look at them! Get my food! Okay, I also need to go to the guide that I normally have up. I'm just gonna pull it up for, what day is it right now? What day is it? It is the 27th in game. So look for right before that day. Okay, and I'm not gonna look. I'm gonna try and get things right without looking. My normal thing. But I still have it up so I don't mess up. Good evening, Mr. High and Mr. Gala. It's nice to see you two. How did it go at the hospital today? Well, it was fine, except I was a little exhausted. Goodness, are you having issues with the children again? No, that's not it. It's just... Well, for starters, my Fury's giving me a hard time. Your Fury? Is it the full moon already? Nope, but I sometimes get pre-Fury symptoms. Ah, so like premenstrual, got it. Pre-Fury symptoms? Yeah, it's a common thing for werewolves. A few days before the full moon, our bodies start to prepare for our Fury. And that changes the way they react to pretty much everything. Sometimes vary based on who you ask. But it can affect our muscles, our appetite, our energy levels. It can give us headaches and a lot of other stuff. Small, but annoying. That doesn't sound pleasant. No, to be honest, it's not great. For me, I've been pretty sore and more tired than usual. And a bit crankier as well. Hyde, are you okay? What is going on with my boys? Is there a drink that can help you with that? I never found one, but if anyone can come up to you with it, it's you, Ollie. Since that gala had Soothe Your Fury, maybe it would work pre-Fury as well? Maybe, but I think it need to be more relaxing. Like, a Galahad, but with no caffeine and maybe blue? So you want it... What was a Galahad like again? It was tea, milk, and ginger, right? So what if we did that, and ginger? I was right! Oh my god, I'm right. Oh, look at his tea! I love his tea. Take it. Here you go, a gala tea for you. Ah, specifically named and made just for you. It's so cute. Wait, do we have more info on... Oh my god, we do. Better now working in a hospital. Here you go, a gala tea. Do you come up with these names on the spot, Ollie? No, it takes a bit of soul searching. Tailor it to the situation and so on. That almost makes it sound like you know in advance what we're going to order. Call it a sixth sense. Right, let's see how your sixth sense tastes. Wow, this is excellent. Exactly what I needed. Very happy to hear that. What's with the long looks, you two? Did they get into a fight, but they still came here together? That's so sweet and sad. What happened? Did something happen? Actually, Ollie, guess I'll just come out with it. I need your help. My help? Come on, I wasn't that bad. What happened? Guys! No. I was so tired today I nearly fell asleep on the job. Most importantly, it's not good for you. Moping around, sulking, refusing to look at solutions. I've never seen you like this. I'm getting worried. There's nothing to worry about. You say that, but you spend your entire nights looking miserable. No advice I can come up with is good enough. And Hyde, I'm barely keeping it together as it is. You should know by now how I feel when Fury's about to hit. I take it you two ended up chatting yesterday after all? You bet we did. After I walked out of here, I headed home and found this one laying on the sofa, staring at the ceiling, looking so gloomy it sucked the color out of the room. And it's not the first time either, it's a constant these days. Please help me find. Please help me help him, Molly. He needs help, he's depressed. I'm at my wit's end. How dare you be sad about around me, your husband. Okay, no. Oh, wait a minute. Guys, theory. What if Hyde's looking more and more miserable lately because he doesn't know how Gala feels about him, but all he knows is that he wants to ask Gala out, okay? I'm not gonna stop shipping these guys together, and I feel like it's actually going to be a thing. I feel like Hyde is getting to that point. Have you ever felt like that point where you really, really like someone, but you feel like they'll never like you back, that they're too different from you, that they won't like you that way, that you'll just ruin your friendship, all of that, and it sends you into a spiral of depression? That's what's happening with Hyde. That's my theory of what's happening with Hyde. He's going through the same thing. What's it called again? It's something rejection. I think there's an actual term for it, where you're already prepared for that rejection and you're already anticipating it, so you don't go through with it, but you want to go through with it. I forget what it's called. I'm at my wit's end. Mr. Hyde? I guess I'm your therapist now. That's basically like Gala said. Gala's like, help me help him. Hi. Fine. The truth is, I'm bored to death. Oh. I don't think that's the truth. Hi. I'm sorry. I'm poking. Or I would be, if it wasn't for the whole immortality thing. I'm nearing 40 years old, and I've never been this bored in my entire life. Just 40? Hyde. I thought you would be a lot older than that, my guy. Interesting. You make it sound like you're much older. Exactly. 40 years in vampire years. I'm not saying how old that is in other species years. Oh, never mind. Eyes on the prize, Holly. Intervention first, gossip later. My apologies. Why are you so bored, Mr. Hyde? My job. What was that? My job. Hey, no need to shout. Well, I'm also irritated about it, okay? I'm not exactly used to sitting around twiddling my thumbs, but modeling stopped being fun ages ago. You did mention something like that last time. Aww, he's getting bored of modeling. I think that's part of it. Okay, that's part of it. It's also, it has a lot to do with this fella, this man right here. This guy. You are trying to leave modeling behind, then? Yeah. Is there a specific reason for that? It's just so brief. Back when I started modeling, people thought of fashion in a different way. They wanted to keep their outfits for a while, so they had to be elegant, well-made, and versatile. Some campaigns that I featured in stayed on billboards for months, and I knew the clothes would last decades. In a way, it felt like I was a building. Or, And I'm not a building, I'm a vampire. In a way, it felt like I was building a bond with their wearers. I endorsed something that would feature in their cherished memories. But then social media came and it all became disposable. The clothes themselves, of course, but the models even more. I shoot a campaign, the brand posts it online, and gets attention for what, 10 minutes? Then another campaign comes in and everything's forgotten. Blink, and it's gone. There's no bond to be built there. Isn't that changing these days, though? Like, with slow fashion and the like? That's true, and people are getting into vintage clothes, too. I salute that. But the reality of my job remains the same. What about your fans? You have so many people following you. You mentioned that last night, and my answer hasn't changed. They follow me because they think I'm pretty. You are a pretty man. I mean, you are. You are a very pretty man. Being admired is nice, but it doesn't constitute a bond. So are you saying you'd like to leave more of a mark? Maybe so. It would be nice if I did something that people remembered. That became a part of their lives in a real way. You do know you have people in your life in a real way, right? People who always remember you. Oh, Hyde! Hyde's like, bitch. What do you mean? I'm right here, motherfucker. I'm sorry. That's not the same thing. Maybe you should study to become a doctor or something. That would make a real difference. No, thank you. The job still needs to be fun. Studying for 10 years just to exhaust myself in 14-hour shifts. Did you mistake me for a hard-working vampire? Do you see what I'm dealing with, Ollie? The stubborn ass bitch. I know, I see him. He's very pretty, he's right. He's right about himself, ironically enough. He's very pretty. It does seem to be a thorny issue. Perhaps you'd like to mull it over with a drink in hand, Mr. Hyde. Yeah, that sounds good. Just make me something I like. Anything you've seen me enjoy recently or when we first met? I don't remember. So a coffee, and a ginger. Listen, man. I'm gonna fight him. Here you go, Mr. Hyde. You seem to like this well enough. Nice, Ollie. And you lost your bet, Hyde. Bet? When Hyde was wallowing in self-pity yesterday, I told him many people cared about him, and I bet you could remember what he liked even if he gave you no instructions. So now I get to say that I was right, and Hyde gets to buy me dinner. Oh, they're going on a date! I'm sorry. I love them. At a place of my choosing. You're gonna pick that horrible steakhouse again, aren't you? You know it. Have you won any other bets in the past, Mr. Hyde? Let's see. You say it, Hyde. He's won every single one of the bets we've ever made. Oh, Davy! Wow. Yeah, I'm this close to being able to buy a new TV with the money I'm saving on food. Just rub it in my face, why don't you? Oh, hi everyone. Hey, Lua. Hi, Lua. Busy night, I see. Hi, Miss Lua. Busy and lively, just the way we like it. Hi! Welcome to the stream. Playing coffee shop. Or coffee shop. Coffee talk. God. I'm sorry. We're in a coffee shop. That's good. And I'm really glad you're here, Hyde. I need coffee too. Well, kind of. I have an energy drink next to me, so I'm good. I wanted to apologize for the other night. I was so excited to see you, especially since it had been a while, but we ended up fighting with Bailey's instead. You must be getting bored of our arguments. It's alright. They're kind of fun to watch. Okay. Favorite things, the fact that I've been blood sober for 10 years now. A vegan vampire. What I'm doing now with my life. A model, past stock trader, entrepreneur, venture capitalist. I love him. Oh my god, Lucas. Lucas, you've posted so much. You're the only thing. Hey guys, sup? It's alright, they're kind of fun to watch. How are things with you two, by the way? Let me just order before I answer, if that's alright, Ollie. Of course, but what do you like? I spent the whole day talking in meetings and presentations, so I have a bit of a sore throat. Is there anything you'd recommend for that? Definitely something with lemon and honey. Sounds great. I'll have a lemon and honey drink then, please. Wasn't it green tea? Okay, hold on. Excuse me. Wasn't it green tea with lemon and honey? I think that was the recipe. Do I have it on here? No, I don't. Oh wait, never mind. It's chocolate, lemon, and honey. I always double check just in case. In the last game, there was a sore throat remedy that I thought was that, but maybe not. Here's your lemon honey chocolate. Here you go, some honey to soothe, some lemon to boost recovery. Thanks, Dr. Ollie. Oh, this is truly lovely. Just what I needed. That's great to hear. My company's trying to get a big contract, so I've been organizing meetings with everyone, making sure it's all going according to plan. That sounds pretty tough. Yeah, it's a lot of responsibilities and decision making, and part of me likes that, but part of me feels the pressure of it, so it's nice to be able to unwind with a warm cup. Anyhow, to answer your earlier question, Gala, you've probably gathered that Bai and I have been fighting. Yeah, and Hyde told me a little bit about it too. Right. Well, We haven't discussed the wedding for the past couple of days, and honestly, it's done me a lot of good. The thing is, I know Bai means well. He suggests all these things that he thinks I'd like, and I should like them. He's paying attention, not just sending random ideas. I should be grateful that he's trying to please me. But I get annoyed instead. And then I start feeling guilty that I'm annoyed, which makes me even more annoyed. It's not great, I know. Well, it'd be easier if we always acted rationally. If we only got annoyed at the right people for the right reasons. But things aren't that simple, are they? That's true. Although, I guess you figured out what actually annoys you, it would help. That's the problem. I'm not sure. At first, I thought I was tired or worried. Decision making at my job is taking a toll for sure. It's a bit hard for me to also deal with organizing things in my personal life. Also, the financial side of it all is hard to navigate. I don't want Vi to spend too much money, but he's right that involving my family comes with strings attached. I'm not sure how to avoid that, though. But I'm realizing that might not be the main issue. The more he sends me links to venues and caterers, the more it all feels wrong to me. I don't mean the wedding itself. I want to get married to Bai. But the way we're planning it, I don't know. I've been to my friends' weddings before. I've also been browsing the most popular wedding pictures online. They're always these big parties, very put together, very classy. They have their whole families over, their friends and colleagues. They rent these beautiful barns and they hire live bands. They wear designer dresses and bespoke suits. I used to look at that and think, this is great, this is what I want. But now it just feels more and more off to me. Why don't you tell your fiancé that? What if he thinks I'm getting cold feet? Or that I'm questioning his ability to help with the budget? That's up to how you communicate it, isn't it? Right, but it's still a difficult topic. We've been through so much, you know that. This is supposed to be our special day, a way to celebrate our partnership. Vi wants to honor that. He'll feel awful if he thinks I don't. Or if he thinks I don't trust him. I swear you and your elf are well matched. You always worry too much about what others think, instead of working out your wants and needs. You do realize that's the important bit, right? I mean, generally, yes, I get that. But how does it apply here? What do you think it means to honor your partnership? To celebrate it properly, for starters? Right. And who are you in that partnership with? I believe you've met him, the blonde guy with the puppy eyes? Oh, with the puppy eyes. Right, I'm glad you remember that. Because you were making it sound like you were in a relationship with your friends who got married. And the strangers who put wedding pictures online. This is your relationship you're celebrating. Why are you so concerned with other people's weddings? Your special day needs to make sense to the two of you. Have it at a fast food joint, if that's what you'd like. That way you can also take the budget out of the equation. A simpler wedding won't feel shabby if you make it feel properly yours. I still want a pretty outfit and decent food. Thank goodness. But point well taken. It's just, my family might have certain expectations. Did they openly say that? No. Then maybe they do, or maybe you just think they do. The only way to find out is to talk to them. Besides, isn't Bailey's also about to become your family? You sure are the only family he's got. I'm not trying to disinvite anyone or to fight with them or anything, but You shouldn't put your needs above their own. I really shouldn't, should I? You've given me food for thought. Thanks, Hyde. My pleasure. Amazing how you perk up when you give people advice, Hyde. Maybe you should become a therapist. Oh my god, that's what I was thinking! Dude's bored with his job. He should become a therapist and stay here with Gala. I'm sorry, I love them together. They have a weird thing going on because they're not actually together, but they hint at it so much, and they themselves hint at liking each other. And it's like, you guys are pining. Stop it. Hmm. Ahem. Gee, thanks for the vote of confidence. I did say I might become a couples counselor, but I agree with what you all implied. I don't think I'm quite tactful enough for that. Are you looking to change careers, Hyde? He's he's bored of modeling, finds it too impermanent, wants to leave a mark, wants to have fun. Just a very quick summary. Oh, I see. Well, is there any way you could make modeling fun again? I don't think so. Last time I had proper fun was maybe 20 years ago. What happened then? I was modeling a capsule collection for a young designer, and she wanted to take her own pictures. She got a studio, lugged the outfits there, found someone to do the makeup. Then she whipped out an old film camera, a proper relic. I haven't seen one like it since the 60s. My granddad has an old black and silver camera with 2 lenses. Is it something like that? Yep, exactly like that. She said she preferred it because of the way it captured the light, and also because it was a slower experience, something that would allow us to connect more. At first, I didn't think much of it. I started doing the usual posing, switching, posing some more, but something felt different. Then I realized what it was. Most of the time, we were just talking. She only took a picture once in a few minutes, if that. Is that unusual? Yep. Most fashion photographers take dozens of photos in a row. I felt a bit sorry for her, to be honest. I thought she didn't know what she was doing, and that she was just wasting her money. But we had a great time, and we got kind of friendly, I guess. Because at the end of it, she let me use up the remaining exposures. I fooled around, shot some random stuff, and one portrait of her. Then she suggested I come with her to her dark room. Watch how she developed the pictures and how they came out. You always did have a fondness for dark places. Because he's a vampire. Comes with the territory. I'm sorry, my little squeaks. I squeak, okay? Leave me alone. But as for the pictures, well, they were gorgeous. First of all, I looked really like me, you know? A me I could recognize. But that's not even what stuck out with me the most. It's the care she put into processing each frame, working each picture through the chemical baths, hanging them, drying them. It was like watching a magic ritual. And her portrait, when she saw it, she got a bit emotional. She said she was used to being on the other side of the camera, and it was the first time she really liked a portrait someone took of her. I'm in a weird place these days. Not like me to tell these kind of tales. He's feeling nostalgic. Oh. He preferred the past better than now. Baby. I know a way for his future to get better. Get with Hyde! Okay, or get with Gala. God damn it. The gator crime. I'm sorry. They have to. If they don't get together, I'm gonna cry. They can't keep queerbaiting us. Or to launch into soppy monologues, really. Just forget it. No, no, I think it's a beautiful story. And it gives me an idea, I think, of another career for you. Please share, Lua. You'd be doing us both a solid. Go on, then. Well, maybe it's because I looked at so many of them recently, but apparently film is making a big comeback for wedding pictures. It's what you said, it captures the light beautifully. You're trying to get him into photography? Oh my god, wait. And it's a more personal, slower approach. Maybe you could try that. Who, me? Who, me? Wait, what did you say? No, the other vampire who's looking for a new line of work. I think you got the wrong guy here, Lua. You know I'm distinguishedly sentimental these days. But I'm not that far gone. Attending one wedding gives me cavities, let alone several per month. Photography! Just photograph nature! Okay, sorry. Well, forget about it then. No, don't forget about it at all. It would be perfect for you. Come on, Hyde. I know you like to play strong and sarcastic, but you are sentimental, and you love to chat people up. You love to solve all the bridesmaid drama and offend the parents. Oh my god! This is the perfect job for you. You can be a bitch. You can be a therapist, a bitch, and a photographer all at once. But most importantly, you do something for these people that they'll never forget. They'll look at your pics their whole lives. If that's not leaving a mark, I don't know what is. You're assuming they won't get divorced. I don't know if this is the right topic for Miss Lua. It's alright. I know some marriages end in divorce, but that doesn't change anything, does it? Whether a marriage lasts for a few months or several decades, the wedding is still an unforgettable moment in someone's life. That career in the Mafia is really looking up. No! Hyde! You're not going back to the Mafia! Gala, slap this man silly. He got hurt so much back when he was in the Mafia. Do not. You're hopeless. I'm falling asleep in my chair now, so I'm gonna head back. Do whatever you want, you thick-skulled vampire. Just don't stay out too late, okay? Stubborn-ass bitch. I'm sorry. Yeah, alright. That's my cue as well. I have some thinking to do. And maybe some talking. Thanks again, Hyde, and good luck. I hope your next adventure is a good one. It will be. Good night, Lua. Good night, Ollie. See you later. Good night, you two. Hi, Hyde. Hi, pretty boy. Here we go again. Last one sitting. Indeed, proper night owls. You didn't say anything about that wedding photographer idea. It's ridiculous, right? It's not for me to say, but I wouldn't call it ridiculous. It sounds like you enjoyed the whole film photography experience. And you do like being around people, don't you? I do sometimes, but I'm not a romantic. That is a fucking lie, bitch. Gala! I'm sorry. People get married. They think they're taking a first step into forever. Well, there's no such thing as forever. Everyone ends up disappointed in some way, and then next thing you know, I don't want to sound too depressing. So you don't believe in love? Oh! Come on, come on! We have to push him. Oh. Oh! I'm sorry, I'm freaking out. I have to stop. I need calm. Of course I do, but only in a certain kind. You can choose to keep supporting someone, to enjoy their company. You can do that for years, with friends, family, lovers. At the end of the day, you're still you, a separate person. And they're still them. There's no two souls becoming one. Not really. I know, the one time I tried, it didn't really work out. Isn't that because you tried with another vampire and you're both kind of immortal and you both kind of knew that you can stay with each other forever? Wasn't that the whole thing? But do you regret trying? No, I guess I don't. It confirmed for me that marriage and the like, it's never going to be my thing. Oh, dude. I wish I could say arrow icon, but no. I can't because there is a clear thing going on between him and Gala that is romantically hinted. It was hinted at both romantically and sexually near the end of the first game. Those fuzzy handcuffs, man. But but they have been hinted at for a while. You can't do this. And there's freedom in knowing that about myself. It's given me space to build other relationships that work much better. Like your thing with Gala. But at the same time, when I see people who truly believe it, people who walk into it willing to share their lives so closely, even if for the most of them it won't pan out, there's something beautiful there. Like watching a butterfly fly too close to a flame, or a flower bloom like it was never wilt. Well, in my case, I singed off my wings, but I'm still here. And on that day, for that minute when I said we'd be together forever, and meant it, I sure felt alive. If you know all that, then you must also know that it's something worth celebrating. And something worth helping other people celebrate. You're a tricksy one, Ollie. And I'm too tired to fight your logic. Which means it's time for me to head back. Of course, Mr. Hyde, you sarcastic vampire. And I meant to say, I appreciate our one chats. I hope we can keep providing you with a comfortable space here. Oh, it's plenty comfortable, for sure. Besides, well... I'm sorry, I'm taking my stories. Guess where I am, 'cause I sure the hell don't know. Lucas, what happened between getting dinner with your team to getting lost? Where is he? Over the bright moonlight, believe it or not, life tough fight. I'm a big fan of art poetry. Working at a kind of training company by day, going poetry, and have okay. Well, it all boils down to this, doesn't it? The way time passes for me is very different from anyone else I know. Thank goodness Gala is from a long-living species. Aww. Hide. But even then, you'll grow old before I do, eventually. The world will change 100 times. Technology will die out. New technologies will come. I will feel again the way I feel now, in a century, maybe two. And Lou and Gala won't be around to give me advice. Hide! You're gonna make me cry. Dude, things can work out with Gala. If I'm right about this, he's around the same age as you. I think. Maybe a little younger. But he's still gonna live quite a long time. Brother. Bitch. What? Oh my god. The world won't wait for me. But you will. Am I right, Ollie? Wait, has he tuned in that we're immortal? That is very perceptive of you, Mr. Hyde. How the fuck did you know? You've grown to know me quite well. It's only fair that I know you a little in return. I suppose that's true. So anyway, I'm looking forward to that. To continuing our story. It's nice to know that no matter how much time passes, there's always going to be someone here rooting for me. Thank you for your trust, Mr. Hyde. We'll make sure it's not misplaced. I know you will. And on that note, I guess I'm going to browse for some film cameras. Oh, wait! Guess where I am, because I as sure hell don't know, huh? Are you lost? Baby! Browse some film cameras. Well, browse some film cameras. What's the worst that can happen? Indeed. Take care of yourself, friend. And you as well. The world won't wait for you, Mr. Hyde. But some of us will. Neil! Oh wait, not Neil. I keep forgetting his name. Silver now. Silver! I'm so sorry, Silver. I did name you. I need to slap myself. But yeah, Silver and Amanda. Technically, I'm guessing that the alien species are all immortal. Aww. Technically, he's found someone he can spend forever with. Thursday, September 28th, 2023. Robots asked to give ultimate advice. 11 burnout is real. Here's how to avoid it. Or Elven burnout. Thought that said 11. I'm dyslexic. New image recognition tech confuses gnomes with dwarves. A review. Wait a minute. Confuses gnomes with dwarves. Oh, isn't that like... Wasn't there a thing in the past? I'm trying to think. I think I remember... If you've ever read Trevor's book, I forget his full name. And I forget which part of the story there was, but I think there was one point in his story where he talked about this, like this was his biology. It was his, biology book. Biology? Um, um, biography, there we go. It was his biography. And in it, there was a section where they were just installing video cameras throughout everywhere, but the video cameras were in black and white. Or something like that. It was like some sort of thing that was kind of like completely colorblind, and it didn't actually... I don't know how to explain it in a way that makes sense. Like, it wasn't in black and white, because if it was, it would have been able to distinguish between... Yeah, but... Actually, wait, no, it was in black and white. I think it was that part of the book where the camera was in black and white. But if you know anything about Trevor, oh my god, I don't even remember much about the book. It was like a racial blind thing, though, where the camera actually interpreted him as white when he is not. So he actually got away with the thing that he did. Isn't that like a similar thing to that? But with facial recognition instead of, oh, this is the footage, and oh, well, guess it wasn't you, you're free to go. I hope that was a good explanation. Stories! Boop. A girl always has her secrets! Top of the morning to y'all! Hungover but feeling awesome? Just spent almost 2 hours checking on the mobile games in the App Store. The amount of copycat games is just staggering. No delivery today. We'll resume tomorrow. Does that mean we're getting Rihanna in here today? So we might get Rihanna. Maybe Lucas, maybe Myrtle. I never know when Rachel's coming. Rachel comes when she comes, and she goes when she goes. Good evening. Georgie! Officer, welcome! Hey, Ollie. How are you doing? Officer? Oh. Sorry. My mind is kind of elsewhere right now. No worries. Work issues? What else? I'm all ears if you want to chat. You're a pal. I'm in a real bind, Ollie. What happened? Well, never-ending workplace issues aside. Things are getting weirder by the minute. I'm feeling out of my depth. Are you talking about your recent patrols? Yeah. I've been analyzing the CCTV footage the last couple of days. Oh, I see. How did that go? Did the cameras manage to capture anything? Yes and no. The infrareds caught a couple of blurry images. They ran off, turned a corner, and disappeared. Could have been anything, like rats or cats, but neither fits with what I've heard on the scene. The footsteps, you know, the laughter. Come to think of it, it sounded more like giggles. Giggles? Can werebeasts giggle? Not at that size, no. Even if they could, it doesn't explain the footsteps, really. I see. Do you know why the stars from France are more musical than ones from America? Because they have French horns. Sorry, not sorry. Oh my god, Lucas, I'm gonna hit you. I see, so what's next? I have some ideas, but they're just wild theories at this point. In short, I'm stumped. You know, Ollie, I've been racking my brain ever since Miss Riona dropped that bomb about the fairies, you see. Oh, what about them? As it turns out, fairies was an umbrella term for many types of beings. Anything that didn't fit the known physical rules at the time was to be referred to as such. Oh, Does that mean banshees were part of the fairy folk? Probably. Not anymore, though. It's an ongoing process, but the list is getting shorter. Back then, any sentient being that was even remotely incomprehensible was considered that. And that includes apparitions. Apparitions? Yes. Apparitions like ghosts. Banshees are literally a type of ghost. What do you mean? I'm so confused. Ghosts? Ghosts. I see. What do you mean I see? Huh? Doesn't it sound like a bad joke to you? I'm not sure I follow. Bud, come on. Ghosts don't exist. The Riona is literally a ghost. What do you mean? Okay. Do they? They do. Yes, they do. As if they do. All I can think about is that damn tree now. Alright, the tree. Does that mean it's haunted? It could be. Ah. Don't get how you can be so calm about this. Uh-huh. Well, why wouldn't I be? Dude, Riona's a ghost. Did you not know that? I mean, there have been all sorts of customers here. Some of them are so out of this world, even. Sometimes literally. You're right. I guess you're not the one who's being weird here. Don't say that. Everyone has their own peccadillos. Peccadillos? True that. What does that mean? What is that word? This silly word. If you don't mind telling me, though, may I ask the reason you're so afraid of ghosts? Gosh, no. That's a log story. Not something I'm ready to talk about anyways. That's understandable. All you need to know is that my fear was never caused by actual ghosts. Oh? Suggestion is a very powerful thing, Ollie. Well, that's all I'm willing to share for now. Okay, thanks for sharing. You know, it's funny. My grandpop was into this stuff. So was my daughter. They're like my opposites, very curious and fascinated by the unknown. Not that I'm not, mind you. It's just that with my time as a cop and all, unknown variables usually mean trouble. I see, that makes sense. They're the kind of people who could see things from nothing. And I mean that in the best possible way. Like, you know the Zen rock garden thing from Japan? They understand the Zen-ness of it. I don't, but that doesn't stop me from thinking it's chill, you know? I think you almost got it. Yeah. But I'm sure he and my daughter could talk about it for hours. Too bad he passed away before she was born. I'm sorry to hear that. Don't be. On that note, Ollie, you've seen my lighter, right? I'd say I'm pretty well acquainted with it now, yes. My bad. That thing was originally my grandpa's. He brought it sometime after the war ended. It was to commemorate the upcoming new era, he said, in more ways than one. He got honorably discharged due to a severe leg injury he'd never been able to recover from. Ah. At the time, he was living right across the street from the former town hall. For obvious reasons, he couldn't walk far. So it was a good location for him, with all the veterans support nearby and all. Right. Now, about that street, you see, my grandpop liked to chat. Never liked being alone, that guy. Plus, he pretty much hated his bleak room. So sometimes he'd go out and hang with the street vendors in front of his place. There were all kinds of being there, along with their pets from all walks of life. That's why he had a lot of stories about the craziest things. Ah, I see. You see, the street's name just came to my mind last night. Can you take a guess what it is? You mean... Bourne Street. Mm-hmm. It wasn't called that before, that's why the whole thing didn't click for me straight away. But I went through his files and it checks out. Does that mean the vendors he was talking about? Bingo. And you know what? He bought the lighter there. Wow, what a coincidence. Are you sure it's only a coincidence? What do you mean? Come on. In no way they're just coincidences, Ollie. Coincidence. Everything is lining up too perfectly, if you ask me. I need fucking donuts. Uh-oh. Think about what's happened so far. It was that team that found out about the vandalism before they dumped the whole case on me. Then it was my car that was hit, out of everyone's. Right? Then my luck started tanking. The broken mug, the fan, the black cat. Just tons of weird stuff happened in the past week alone, you see. Right? Then one thing led to another, and my team was chosen to lead the investigation. And tell me, who's in charge of the case? Me. Then there's the Banshee lady, your patron, with some information I wouldn't have thought of. The dead tree stuff, the fairy market. Information I wouldn't even have remembered on my own. Right? And now we know why I kept on losing my lighter, right? How are they not connected? Tell me. Well, if you list them in order like that, I'm telling you, Ollie, that place is calling for me. The case is made for me. But they really picked the wrong guy. I'm just real bad at dealing with spooks. It's because of the lighter and the fact that his grandfather was probably friends with a lot of the ghosties. They're targeting whoever has the lighter. And that's him now. They make me question everything I've ever known, you know? But I've always thought you're pretty good at handling ambiguity, officer. Not when it comes to supernatural stuff. Because we don't know enough about what's real and what's not. What will they do? Will they hurt us? Do they bring bad luck? Good luck? What's the truth? Who knows? Maybe you should take a day off and catch up on sleep, man. You need it. Huh? What's that? No, nothing. You know, another patron of mine suggested a documentary to watch. Yeah? The focus one is on interesting drinks from around the world. You can find everything from the mundane to the extreme, from local comforts to really special stuff. And I kept thinking one particular drink might interest you. Oh? It is something like a protection drink. It's made of coffee, honey, lemon, and a slew of other ingredients. Huh. Protection from what, though? From evil spirits and bad luck, I think. Maybe it'll help ease your mind a bit. Ah, gotcha. But Ollie, even if the situation is haunted, there shouldn't be any evil spirits. Right? I wouldn't know. But I might need your lighter. What for? Well, the drink needs to be lit up. I just think your lighter might give it that extra magical boost it needs. Compared to just using a regular flame, I mean. What are you gonna make me anyway? Nah, I trust you. Here. Okay then, make me this magical drink you've learned, Ollie. So it was coffee, honey, and lemon, right? We brew it. Whoa! Ooh. And then we give him back the lighter. Look at that! Drink's on fire. The spell add-in, alcohol imbued. Drink is known to ward off evil spirits. Just look at it. Oh, wow. This drink does light up, huh? Yep. This is special just for you. So, don't tell anyone. Roger that. Here you go. Ooh, careful! Dang, Ollie. This is really something else. You sure it's okay to drink? I have no idea. But I'll take responsibility if anything happens. I'm just being silly, aren't I? Sorry for bothering you with all this stuff, Ollie. You even made this crazy drink to make me feel better. Don't say that. I'm always happy to help however I can. Thanks. Man, at least with crooks you can actually deal directly with them, you know? Not the case with apparitions. What the fuck? The bell didn't even ring. Sir? Not with that attitude. What? Everything can be caught with a little elbow grease. The fuck are you? The door didn't even ding, did it? Not actual elbow grease. I won't make that mistake again. McQueen? Is that you? Hello, Williams. It's been a while. It's you! The surprises just keep coming this week. Let me get over there. You know each other? More or less. We were brunch buddies. Brunch buddies? Brunch buddies. I feel like I meant to say brunch buddies in the same serious tone, but I don't like to talk about it. I still get nightmares. I feel ya. I wasn't sure we were gonna make it out alive. We are truly the lucky ones. Without a doubt. I'll just take both of your words for it. What the fuck? Good. Because I don't like to talk about it. What brings you here, detective? Surely it's not the coffee. Secret police reasons. I've not read the briefing yet. But enough about me. Tell me about your supernatural problems. Yeah? You need to bust a ghost? Oh. Well, busting might be a bit much. I was talking to Ollie about getting over my fear of that stuff. And ghosts. Something like that. I'm weak against ghostly looking stuff. I get freaked out easily. For example, I may have got a little spooked by what happened on Burn Street the other day. I remember that. I know very well that unchecked fear leads to prejudice, and that's why it's a no-go in my book. A no-no. It even pains me to admit that out loud. Sometimes the toughest case to check is ourselves. Other times it's the ghosts. I'm giving him an accent now. How do you do it, detective? Your cases, man. I'd probably lost all my hair by now if I were you. I try not to think about it that much. And when I do think about it, it's who else would do it? Nobody, that's who. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, Once you get over the dead part, they're just like you and me. Look, I remember this one case we were investigating, a haunted apartment. This lady, her husband had recently passed away, but wasn't moving on, if you get my drift. Real deadbeat, couldn't take a hint. Anyway, we had to go in and exercise the place, right? The husband, he's caught wind and he's retreated into the basement. I won't get into the technicalities of it. But it's harder to get a ghost out of a basement or an attic. It's all about angles, really. I mean, I get it. That used to be his home. All his stuff is still there. It's hard, I get that. So I'm slowly moving down the stairs to try and coax him out. Bam! Next minute, all this romantic music is playing. The whole place is hit by spotlight. Basic sensory illusions. Classic ghost tricks. But before I knew what hit me, I'm sitting at this poetry reel and he's behind me and... Wait. Is this the plot of the 1990 film Ghost? Oh. Maybe... We had a movie night at work and I dozed off before it started. The story might have slipped into my subconscious. Riveting. Wait. Oh my god, there's so many cops here today. Hi guys. What's up? Georgie looks so small compared to these guys. What the hell? I'm just a tiny man in a tiny world. Hey, detective. Hey, people I don't know. Did you get your important errand sorted? No, I sure did. Dooley, I can see crumbs stuck to your face. It's just the rain. It's very bready rain. You're filling up all over top. That's blood from a gunshot wound. It's healing up, though. You're literally holding the receipt from the donut shop. That's why they pay you with the big bucks, detective. So what'd I miss? We're talking about getting rid of Officer Williams' fear of ghosts. Hey. Ghosts? Yeah, you're afraid of them, right, Dooley? No idea, never met one. You stopped a ghost riot. Ghosts aren't real. You don't need to be scared of them, easy. There you go, I guess. Sorry, that wasn't much help. Nah. Well, you said that they're just like us. What's a good thing to be reminded of? Exactly, they used to be alive, just like us. As long as they don't try to eat, / possess, / finally murder you, you should be fine. Very reassuring. Just talk to them. Feel their culture, listen to their issues, and spectral wails. Treat them like any other person. See what's on the inside. Which should be easy since you can see through them. I thought you didn't believe in ghosts. It's best not to overthink anything he says. I certainly don't. Well, thanks for the advice. I think it'll help. A pleasure. Now, Dooley, I think we should read that case briefing and find out why we're here. I already did. Oh? Turns out we were meant to arrest the person behind that driving that taxi. Instead of taking it all the way to Seattle, yes. Why? The driver was a chupacabra. Ugh. Okay, let's get out of here, Dooley. Good luck, officer. Thanks, McQueen. A lot. You too, Officer Dooley. Bye, guy. Good luck for your rat problem or whatever. Bye, coffee wizard. A tea hair. What the fuck? What was that? That was quite something. Well, what do you know, Ollie? Looks like my good luck is back. I'm feeling like $1,000,000 now. I'm very glad you do. Thanks anyway, Ollie. I really did nothing much. Are you gonna be okay? Okay enough to start thinking about what to do next. I'm done here for the night. You have a good evening, alright? Please keep me updated, officer. Stay safe. Will do. Alright then. Maybe I'll go check the stock and... Hmm? Twice? Wait, it rang twice. Miss Riona, welcome! Hello. How's the traffic out there? It's a mess. There's construction work taking place on Lenora Avenue. Oh, can imagine the grind lock already. Fortunately, I have no deliveries to make today. That's great, I'm glad you're here. So anything I can make for you this evening? I'd like something for my throat. I would appreciate a cup of tea infused with lemon and a touch of honey. Here you go. Maybe I need one of those in between sessions. Because you guys hear my voice die after like 2 days. It's just oh. Especially Gala. Gala kills it. I think it is just my voice for Gala. Just murdering my vocal cords. A cup of warm midsummer night's dream for you, miss. That's what we call it here. How whimsical. It's wonderful. Sweet, but the well balance of the lemon and slight bitterness of the tea complements the taste. Thank you. You're so very welcome. By the way, we just missed Officer Georgie by a few seconds. Is that so? How is he? He's been thinking about what you said quite a bit, actually. Oh? He's currently dealing with plenty of clues he isn't used to. That's why he's hard at work at the moment. I see. Would you mind doing me a favor? Oh, what do you need? Could you give my contact information to him? We only connected via Bluetooth last time, so... Oh? An email address and phone number are written on it, belonging to Riona Sheeran. What I said a few days ago might have been a bit overwhelming. It is possible that I spoke more than was necessary, and because I couldn't help but feel a pang of bitterness knowing what happened to the tree. That's entirely understandable, though. But it's not my intention to interfere with his work. As such, if he requires any assistance, please do let me know. It is the least I could do, as I realize there would be plenty of difficulty obtaining information. Oh, I mean, because Officer Georgie is a human, and we semi-physical beings have our own way of sharing information. As such, I understand what you mean. Okay. I just do not wish to incriminate anything or anyone. It's fine, I get it. I'm glad. I'd say you already helped him out more ways than one. Also, it's not just you in here. Who is the other person? Who is hiding in my shop? Sorry, did you say something? I was zoning out a little. Oh, nothing. I'll pass this off to him. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. Bad traffic aside, how are you? To be honest, I've had a lot on my mind as of late, and I don't know how to express it without sounding pathetic. You know I'm all ears. That may actually be part of the problem, I am afraid. Pardon? You know, I've held conversations with more individuals over the past week than I have in the past few years. Is that a good or a bad thing? It's troubling. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I don't mean it necessarily in a negative way. It's just, I used to believe that I had settled life objectively, but I've been doubting it lately. How come? I finally heard back from Miss Rachel yesterday. Oh, any good news? No. Our fields are admittedly quite different, so I was not expecting much. However, she provided me with some contacts who may be of assistance, even though they had no direct connection to the audience I am trying to reach. I see. She explained clearly why she thinks I should contact them, however, which I am grateful for. That's very thoughtful of her. So what's the battle plan? And why are you doubting yourself? In essence, the advice is to slowly increase my network, to make myself known. Oh? Sounds familiar, doesn't it? You can probably guess my concern about it. I think so, but you could give me a refresher, just so I don't misunderstand. I feel like that would be a shortcut, so to speak. Right. She did, however, remind me of an important and humbling fact. What would that be? Well... Oh, but it's not guaranteed you'll get anything out of it, don't you think? Unless you're really, really sure the so-called shortcut is 100% gonna work. Because you'll have to do way, way more than just making a few calls and waiting for callbacks, you know? I'd say that's a decent impression of her. Thank you. After that, she told me a story about her early career experiences, both the good and the bad. Getting noticed is truly only the beginning. Then it's the matter of letting your talent speak for you, or you go out there to develop connections with the right people. Even then, there's still no guarantee of success. After listening to her explanation, I respect Miss Rachel's determination. I can certainly see how it turned out for her. But then I was left wondering whether Mr. Lucas meant something similar during our first meeting. Right, I thought it all sounded familiar. Will you try her suggestion? I don't know. Is it difficult? Hold on. I'm losing my own voice. Like my actual voice, I am losing. No more difficult than sending reels to every audition I've come across. After this day, I'm getting off. I'm sorry, I can't. My voice is gonna die. And being rejected by every single one. But for some reason, I feel conflicted about it. Speaking of Mr. Lucas, he and I have also continued our correspondence. Although, perhaps it was more like a necessity. Did something happen? He was stuck. Was he actually lost last night? A pardon? Actually, he posted about it on social media last night. Oh? I might have seen it. Did you? I came across it while I was updating my schedule and responded out of concern. Then he called me almost immediately. He was loud, all sounds in order, and extremely drunk. Really? He denied it at first, but it was too obvious not to notice. He told me he was walking aimlessly, deep in thought, and entered Cary Park without realizing he had done so. Must have been some deep thinking he was doing, because I think it rained pretty hard last night. Well, I wouldn't know. The bus to and from there is currently not operating after 10 p.m., which is why I sent him a message informing him of that fact, because he seemed to be unaware of it. Right. So he called me to ask if there was any other mode of public transit nearby. Wouldn't it just have been easier for him to just call a cab? He told me he wanted to know the city better. At midnight? Why not? He was drunk. Guys, he was probably out of it. Poor Lucas. After all, you operate your business after dark yourself. Touché. Perhaps he just didn't want to go home yet. And I might be mistaken here, but I thought he didn't like drinking. Wasn't it partying? Nevertheless, I think last night was quite different. It appears he had dinner with his team, and he needed the extra courage in order to negotiate with them about his proposed new direction. Oh. I see. I suppose it didn't go as expected. Perhaps. And I know that feeling all too well. Miss. However, he said he will keep negotiating until they reach a compromise. That's good. Is it, though? Miss Rachel told me about the hoops she had to jump through at the beginning of her career with her teammates as well. Likewise, Mr. Lucas has to work hard to obtain approval from his team for his actions. How can they still be so positive? What do you mean? I just cannot picture myself convincing others to give me a chance like that. I almost wanted to ask, why do we have to be at the mercies of others in order to succeed or fail? Can't talent speak for itself? But if I truly believed that, the number of rejections I have received so far, I should have stopped a long time ago, shouldn't I? Right, that's why it doesn't work that way. What do you mean? To let talent speak for itself, we would all have to have the same standards. I see what you mean. Art would cease to be art if it were standardized, wouldn't it? However, doesn't that imply that everything still depends on the whims of the individual judging you at that moment? How does someone like Miss Rachel or Mr. Lucas manage to be fine with that? Perhaps because they don't see it as be-all and end-all. What do you mean? Rather than viewing them as judges with the authority to determine their fates, perhaps they simply see them as hills to either overcome or avoid, if that makes sense. Just a matter of perspective as to where the power lies. But it's not easy to climb those hills, especially if you've never done it before. Therefore, it's good to try and find out what works for you, or ask for guidance, or assistance even. Because one can't possibly know every single way to overcome obstacles, or be able to safely recognize warning signs without first learning about them from others. Is that what you're trying to say? I see. Still, Miss Riona? Yes? Sorry, I got a bit lost in my thoughts. You're fine, I promise. But speaking of Mr. Lucas, what happened to him after the call? I picked him up and drove him home. Whoa. And I thought you're located in Belouis. I am. But I still had unfinished business in the downtown area. Moreover, he suddenly began singing quite loudly nearing the end of our call, which led me to conclude that it would be best for me to go and fetch him. I see. How was his singing, in your opinion? It wasn't too bad. If not for the fact that he was screaming most of the lyrics, that is. Well, his hoodie was soaked when I arrived, so we had to take it off before getting into my car. Thankfully, the water did not completely soak to his shirt, so he remained relatively dry. However, I still had to lay down the seat covers as his fur got rather wet. Hope he didn't get sick then. Aside from that, was he okay? Considering the situation you mentioned earlier, I mean. Well, he happily asked me to do karaoke with him, which I declined. Probably for the best. Could have been entertaining, though. I ended up taking him for a drive, though, as I needed to take care of my unfinished business. A late night delivery? No, I was buying a pie. At midnight? Yes. Why, why? Concerned you have a competitor? No, not at all. Maybe a little bit. Oh, Ollie, you'll be fine. I sort of want to know just so I can inform Officer Georgie about it. Oh? Why? His daughter loves pies. When his car was vandalized, Officer Georgie had plans to buy pie for his family's get-together. But the report took a while, and the weather was bad. And by the time he was able to get a taxi, he thought everything was already closed. I see. But he takes pride in being a Seattleite. So I wonder if he knows about it already. Well, it's a very small kiosk attached to a pub. Very easy to miss. The spot is known as Disco Pie, and it serves fresh pies until 1 a.m. Interesting. Good to know. Thanks. Getting back to the story, though. You both went for pies, then? Yes, and that seemed to fascinate him for some reason. Lucas is one weird little sitar boy. What did you each get, then? He ordered a slice of warm apple crumble with a scoop of French vanilla ice cream on top. And a large cup of piping hot coffee with a little bit of milk. Ouch. I feel betrayed, truly. Oh, but it was my suggestion since I thought he needed to warm up. Double ouch. I apologize? I'll live. A little piece of advice, though, a warm glass of water might be better for the inebriated. Coffee's not the best at retaining fluids and thus preventing hangovers. Oh, that's good information to know. This is why you're the best barista, Ollie. Thank you. Okay, my feelings are hurt slightly less now. And what did you get for yourself? I had a slice of hibiscus blueberry mint pie myself. And just so you know, I did not order anything to drink. Good. Drinks aside, what an interesting combination for a pie. How did you like it? I enjoyed it. You serve hibiscus here too, don't you? I'll remember to order it next time. Please do. And so, we continued our conversation. Afterwards, that was when he told me he had not given up on his goal, despite the many disappointments of his team. He also told me why he does not drive at all. Really? Why? That is... On second thought, it might be better to hear the story directly from him another time. I apologize, it's personal. No problem, I understand. We also discussed quite a few things we have in common. Really? Yes, surprisingly. And before we knew it, it was already nearing 5 a.m. Must have been a gripping conversation. I am not sure. However, his exhaustion seemed to finally catch up with him then, so I drove him home. Weren't you tired as well? No. I should go now. Alright, will you be okay? I have a lot to think about. Thank you for being patient with my concerns, Ollie. No problem at all, anytime. Have a good evening then, Ollie. Come back soon. We have another customer. There's someone else in here. Really? Was it just my imagination then? Ooh, I love that after midnight. Ooh. It's a pretty coffee. Okay, this is it. Let's read the newspaper. Alien sightings increase. Is this an invasion? They don't care about invading. It's pretty. Dwarf Ira Tech teams up with Golemix Industries to produce self-healing concrete technology. Aw. What? What? What just happened? Okay, hold on. Stories. You want to know where I got my awesome sunglasses? Check out my good sponsor here. Been working with them for eons, and I always love their stuff, but you all know that already. Oh, look at him. Normal schedule. I'm actually very lucky to have people who's with me no matter what. I won't take it for granted, smiley face. Also, I'm sorry, Bailey. I'm sorry, Baileys. But it's time to go bye-bye. Actually, wait, hold on. Okay, we have like 4 more days, and we've been doing like 2 days per day. So, yeah. I will see you all in the next episode. Or in the next stream. In the next stream. Ah. Goodbye. Oh, wait. Goodbye.